Hello family and friends and fellow YouTubers, it's Kim here from Kim's Country Corner, and as you can tell I am out at the Hancock Homestead. Today I'm going to be working in the cottage garden. I'm going to be getting it all winterized, getting things figured out this fall so that in the spring it'll be ready to go. And one of the first things that I'm working on this weekend is putting down new edging stones. I used to have 4x4 fence posts in there that I had just found out in the barn when I first started this cottage garden, and they have since rotted away. Every time I'd step on them, a piece of board would break apart, so they were pretty rotten. But they lasted a good 5 years, and they were older than that when I put them in. So anyway, they did their purpose, but now I'm putting in new stone edging stones. And they kind of have a natural look to them. They are stone, they're very heavy, and I try to get them as natural looking as possible. What I've been doing today is I've been hauling dirt. That's why I'm so dirty. I didn't show you all the video of me hauling dirt. You might see a little bit because I still have more to do. But anyway, I've been hauling dirt, getting the pathways level, and trying to get the front level. And then I'm putting plastic underneath the walking stones and underneath the edging stones. I also got some pavers for a pathway. Instead of using my plywood, which has also been rotting away, I decided to get some small paving stones to make a little pathway on each side. The pathways aren't just for looks. I think it looks kind of cool since it's a cottage garden, but the pathways allow me to get in there so that I can get to the back plants, and it also breaks up my section into like 4x4 foot beds to easily work in. So the little pathways serve dual purposes. And so that's what I'm working on, and I thought I would take you and let you see up close what it's going to look like. Now I've just got started, so the goal is to where these pavers are at, I'm going to chop out a little bit underneath to lower them just a little bit, because I don't want them stuck out of the ground quite that much. I do want them to be out of the ground a little bit, but only about half of what they are now. So I'm going to be chopping out sod, laying down black plastic, and then putting the stones back on top. And I have them broken into 5 stone sections. So there's 5 stones there for that section, then my little pathway, and then 5 stones here for this section, and then this middle will be open since it's kind of my focal point here. And then I have 5 more stones to break off this section, another pathway, and then 5 more stones, and then my concrete patio or display area, bird bath area. So if you all notice, you can probably tell, but this garden is at a slope, and I'm not going to be able to fix that slope entirely, but I am hoping to raise this lower part up a little bit. So, and it needs more dirt added to it anyway. I'm going to be putting some cow manure in there. Well, not on top of my irises here, but around the irises. But let me just show you. See, you can see where it's come down and slopes down. And John and I, at the very beginning, if you look at some past videos, we actually built up this area down here so that it would be a little bit more level. But it's going to take a lot of dirt to make it perfectly level, and I don't really care that it's not perfectly level. Cottage gardens aren't perfect, but just for drainage and flower arrangement, I am trying to get my dirt raised a little bit in my 4x4 sections up there. But yes, you can see where we have built up the dirt. Because right there is a 10-inch board. And if you look real close underneath of it, it's sitting on top of another 10-inch board. And that 10-inch board goes all the way down. So when we first started, that 10-inch board was at ground level. But we have since built it up to that high. And we keep getting a little bit higher each year. And then we also had to do some backfill over here to keep the dirt from, you know, just disappearing, sliding away. So we kind of added this little slope in here. So yes, this cottage garden has had a lot of dirt hauled to it over the past 5 years. And I'm hauling a little bit more today. Every year we raise it up a little bit more and a little bit more. Okay, so let's go back over here and get to work. Laying here for a couple of 3 days now, so I can tell where the dead grass is at, where I need to chop. And I'm not going to be taking out very much. I just want to get them a little bit deeper into the ground. Plastic that I'm using is just scrap plastic, but I think it's going to be wide enough. in with sand in between the stumps. Go. That's what I want. I think that plastic's actually going to work. That black scrap's going to work, but I didn't bring it up far enough. And I'll be putting some sand in there to get it going. turtle living in my cottage garden. I have a turtle living in my cottage garden. But look, guys, it's a little plastic one. Look how little that is. I bet that was one of Paul Austin's. It's all plastic and see its head pokes out. Oh, I gotta keep that. That's gonna be my mascot. I feel like I'm the turtle. Very slow, but I usually get there. Okay, friends, well, I'm just going to keep working on this. I've kind of showed you my procedure that I'm going to be following, and then I'll bring you back whenever I'm finished. So I'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay, friends, well, as you can see, I did get all 20 edging stones into their places. I had to redo the first 5 because I didn't think to measure until after I was looking at how off they were from the other ones. So I finally dug out the tape measure and started measuring from the fence. And I came over 103 inches, which is about 8.5 feet. So that's how wide my bed is, about 8.5 feet. Now, they're not perfectly lined, but they're pretty close. And cottage gardens are supposed to look a little chaotic anyway, so my stones will just add to that. But I'm going to go ahead and take you on a walk down the path here so that you can see that my edging stones are in. Yes, I see you, Paulo. And Squirm, did you come out to say hello? Yes, I know. Oh, Paulo, you're like a jealous big brother. Okay. All right, so there they are, and I did end up putting just a little bit of dirt with the sand because the sand wasn't staying put. It's mostly sand, but there is a little bit of topsoil mixed in with it. So there's the first 5, and like I said, they're 103 inches from the fence. So that's about 8.5 feet wide for my squares here. And then there's this one. And this part is open. And then here are these 5. And then my pathway. And then here are these 5. And down here, I'm going to go ahead and leave that plastic on there. And I think I'm going to put some pebbles, just gravel in there. I don't really like the wood chips. So I think I'm going to clean that up and put some gravel in there. But yes, I'm very proud of myself, guys. It was a long afternoon digging out all that sod and getting them leveled up and measuring from the fence over. I didn't measure every single stone. I measured the last stone and the first stone and hope that those were going to line up in there. As you can see, they're cut to fit. So, and then I would, after I dug out the sod and I dug a trench for how far down I wanted them, then I had to go and haul sand and put in there. And as I was hauling the sand over to put in there, I realized that my sand was just washing away. So I went ahead and added just a little bit of topsoil. But there's black plastic under there. In fact, you can still see some right there. There's black plastic under there to act like as a weed barrier. So I'm hoping that that will be a nice finishing edge. But I'm pretty pleased with myself. That was a lot of work. And then whenever I had to come back and do these first 5, because after I was done, I stood here and I was looking, and I was like, wait a minute. These first 5 are not lined up with the rest of them, because they were like over here. So I got out the tape measure and measured, and I didn't really have to adjust those down there. Those I had eyeballed pretty good. I made a couple of little adjustments, but nothing major like this. This one here I had to redig and move over about 6 inches, and well, actually it was more than that. Let's see, they were at 96 and I wanted them at 103. Yeah, about 7 inches, I guess. So yeah, lesson learned, guys. Make sure you get out a tape measure and start measuring things. I mean, sure, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's a cottage garden, and they're not perfect, but I didn't want them that far out of line. So, Paulo, you did a good job helping me again today. And Squirm, did you come out to say hello? Can you two sit there side by side so I can get you on camera? Huh? Yeah, there you are. Good job. Yes. You're doing a good job sitting, Paulo. Oh, he says not for that long. Okay, friends. Well, if you like this video, can you please give me a thumbs up? Hit that like button so that YouTube will know to share this video. And if you have any family or friends that you think might enjoy my lifestyle, or maybe a woman friend out there that needs some encouragement about, yes, you can do this. Kim does this all by herself. You can do this all by yourself. Anyway, please share my channel. And if you want to know more about what's going on in my corner of the world, hit that subscribe button to Kim's Country Corner. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now. Yes, I know, Paulo. Yes, I see you down there.